Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Dalton, the Daltonian95, which is another Transformers Age of the Primes video, and today we're taking a look at the Amazon 2-pack Wreck and Doom collection, Carnivac and Fisitron, or Ironfist, as he is more commonly known as. But yeah, Fisitron, they're bringing back that name from clear back in Collectors Club and BotCon 2011. So that's a really nice artwork here on the box, of course, just like with Spinister and Topspin. You got Carnivac attacking, or I guess ambushing Ironfist, Fisitron, whatever. On the back, 18 steps between Robot and Beast Mode, or 18 steps, and then 15 steps for Fisitron. And then you got the headmaster named Survivor. Now, I believe that is the name of the combined subgroup of whatever was left of the Mayhem Attack Squad and the Wreckers. Just a few of them together, they were called the Survivors. So, got the artwork there of the Versus logo, and of course, legal information barcode on the bottom. So, Carnivac, Fisitron. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it here with get Fisitron ready here, just as he appears out of the box. So yes, I already had these guys opened, and here is Carnivac, and right off the bat, really awesome paintwork on these, and of course the plastic coloring as well. Now I know a lot of people aren't too happy that Fisitron isn't based on his G1 toy colors. This is more based on his IDW design. And we'll go ahead and bring in the Mech Ideas version that I have of him, which joints are a little loose on this little guy, but yeah, I got this clear back in 2014. Hard to believe I've had this thing for 11 years. Fun little figure. So it sucks that that company went under, because they had a plan for Lyle Kaiser, and I was so excited for that. And of course they did the Hoffer and Pipes set. Anyways, and here we have, of course, Carnivac. Now, accessory-wise, you get a few things. You get a blaster here for Fisitron, or Iron. I'm just going to call him Iron Fist from here on out. So, you got the blaster here. It's like a little rifle molded in blue plastic, painted over with yellow. As far as other paint work goes, since I forgot to go over the rest of that, of course, molded in gray, yellow, and blue plastic. Yellow is kind of a mustardy color, which I don't mind. It's at least better than just straight up canary yellow. It's almost the same shade as Titan's Return Weirdwolf. You do get some kind of metallic blue there for the windows. Same thing for the headlights. Some silver here for the winch. And these little floodlights or indicators. Not a whole lot else paint-wise. You do get some of that silver here on the panel for the head. You do get, of course, the bright blue Autobot eyes. And for the rest of his accessories, you do get this whole roof section here, along with this. It can be used as a shield. I was going to say you could probably use it as like an ammo drum. It would be cool if you could plug it on like that. But yeah, so you get this whole thing. You can take that off. Put that on his backpack. Go ahead and give him a shield. Of course, knock Carnivac off. Let's just set him to the side for now. So yeah, there's Fisitron, or Iron Fist. And if you want to give him that kind of classic look, you can go ahead and just plug this back into there. Take this off. This will just plug into there. And you can just have the whole thing sticking up off his backpack. And of course, here he is with the Siege Hound, since he's a retool of that. Pretty much the whole backpack is new, and the head. That's really it. Of course, the accessories are different. Nope, it keeps falling all over the place. So there is that. Get him out of the way, and then we'll focus on Carnivac. This is his first toy since G1. I mean, I guess you can kind of say the same thing for... Oh, no. Ironfist has had a few toys. But yeah, it is a straight-up repaint with the new head of Titan's Return Weirdwolf. Here is the retro-inspired one from a few years ago. I actually got this, I think, last year or the year before at Ross. It was like $8. I'm really kicking myself for not getting the rest of them, because I really wanted Mind Wipe with the better head sculpt. But as far as I can tell, this one has not had any of the issues that the other two versions of Weirdwolf has, where the translucent plastic and the rubberized plastic start like melting. But I haven't really transformed him much either since, but it seems to be doing okay so far. But yeah, straight up repaint. He does include, of course, the new faceplate and, of course, some new weapons. So you get a classic style blaster inspired by the G1 toy of Carnivac, and a new tail/sword. I believe that for the tail, it's straight up based on the G1 Pretender, and that just fits in. You gotta make sure that tab slides between the fingers and the thumb first. It's kind of like a little knife more than it is a sword. And of course, a blaster, which actually scales way better and looks better than the giant cannon that Weirdwolf had, because he never got a standard blaster. And of course, you know, very nice coloration here. Like, I don't know, the purple and like the butterscotch brown, or kind of a caramel brown, kind of works. Same with the kind of teal color here. It's hard to, more like turquoise. He's got a metallic faceplate there. He's got kind of a smirk going on with the white visor. This panel does still come down. Articulation is the same, so ball jointed head because of the Titan Master, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, elbow, no wrist. You got a waist swivel, ball jointed hips, hinged knees, and ball jointed ankles. So everything is retained there. I forgot to go over it with Ironfist, but you do get ball jointed head, a lot more range of motion than on Hound because of the rounded design. 360 at the shoulder, all the way out, bicep swivel, 90 degrees at the elbow, wrist swivel. You get a fairly tight waist swivel. You got forward and back at the hips, all the way out, thigh swivel, over 90 at the knee, mostly due to the transformation, and ankle tilt. So yeah, these guys are not bad at all. I think out of the two, Ironfist here is my favorite, though. I do really like Carnivac. Just something about it just works. Transformation-wise, we'll go ahead and start with Ironfist because, I mean, they're both relatively simple, especially compared to the last set. So, go ahead and take this off. We've got everything already ready to go. Just undo this whole backpack. Fold this panel out. Bring the shoulders out like this. That up. Close that panel. Open up the legs here. Flip in the toes. First, we'll go ahead and bring the arms in. There we go. And you want that blast effect port to just sit right in between that little track. Go on, bring the arms like this. Bend them at the elbow. I think that's right. Yeah. And then the fists up like that. And there we go. Bring this all the way around at the knee. There we go. And that will just tab right onto there. And then the forearm just plugs onto that tab there. So I guess you don't need to do anything with the fist. So we'll just have the top of the hand facing out. Same thing on this side. Bring this up and around. There's that. Tab that into there. And then around. tab that in. There we have Ironfist in his vehicle mode. We'll just attach this to the roof. And he is a weird combination Humvee Jeep thing, but we'll get into that next soon. Let's go ahead and get on to Carnivac. Again, very simple transformation. We'll go ahead and remove the weapons. We'll go ahead and remove Survivor. And go ahead and take a look at his robot mode. There we go. So it's molded in that kind of brown, teal, or turquoise, and painted over with a little bit of purple and the metallic blue face. I want to say this is all new. Let me actually just take a look at Weirdwolf's headmaster here, if I can get it off. Nope, it is just straight up the same mold as Weirdwolf and Monzo. I think it's Monzo. Can't remember. I think it's Monzo. But yeah, you got the ball jointed arms, double hinge for the hips and knees. So there's that. We'll set him off to the side. And get back to Carnivac's transformation. Go ahead and open up the panel on the forearm, fold in the fist, rotate the paw out and around, close that up. Now these are a little weird on my copy. They're really hard. Sometimes they're really hard to unpeg from the front here, and it ends up popping off this whole piece. It's mostly on this one, I think. But flip that up, flip the fist in, bring out the paw, rotate it, close that up. And from here, go ahead and close wolf head down like that. Open this up, untab this whole section, bring it back, and then just plug it down like that. We'll take Survivor, and he just sits right inside there. Close that up. From here, we'll just straighten out the front legs. And for the beast mode legs, we'll go ahead and extend this up. Oh, there goes the ball joint. Plug that in. Fold in the foot, or the heel, or the robot mode foot. Fold that up. Bring that up. This whole section. Plug the blaster in on the top. Plug the tail in. And there is Carnivac in beast mode. So, starting off with the alt modes on these, going right into it with Carnivac here. They did change a couple of things on the mold here. So obviously, like, of course, different colors, but pretty much everything except for one part, well, two, is different, other than, you know, the faceplate on the Titan Master. So, with the widespread issues of Wolfwire or Weirdwolf here, having this translucent plastic inside for the cockpit, it was constantly like tearing and breaking just right on this hinge. So, to completely change that, this whole section has been changed into one solid piece. And they've also included a 5mm port for the blaster. Whereas with Wolfwire or Weirdwolf, the blaster just plugged in with these two tabs into that slot there. So you can see that on Weirdwolf himself. And of course, you know, like I said earlier, the tail, this time is a lot shorter. I believe to look more accurate to the actual Pretender inner robot. It would have been really cool if they did something to base this a little bit off the Pretender shell, but this is actually something I've been wanting to see from more of the Pretenders, is the inner robot being used and utilized more. So I am actually pretty happy with how this looks. I love just the amount of purple and everything. You got the white there for the eyes. You got silver painted teeth. I believe this is all solid plastic as well, so you don't have to deal with any soft rubbery plastic. Like I said earlier, this is also kind of, or yeah, pretty much all the butterscotch kind of caramel, chocolate brown, or whatever is painted on. There's none of it molded on this, so it's all molded in either purple or this turquoise. I believe this is the only bit of turquoise paint right here. Yeah, so it is a pretty decent match to the plastic, so doesn't look too bad. I don't think there's any purple paint. I'm trying to remember. No, I think it's all just... I think the only paint is just this little bit of teal, the white, silver inside, and this kind of brown tan color. So there is Carnivac again, same articulation as Weirdwolf, so you get a hinge and swivel here for the head. So you get quite a good range of movement out of that. Ball jointed shoulders. Yeah, the front legs are the same as the robot, except you do get a ball joint here on the paws. Legs, exact same as the robot mode. You do get that extra joint there for the knee and heel. Or ankle, I guess. And then you can wiggle the sword side to side to simulate, I guess, a tail wag. So there is that. Getting on to Ironfist. Like I said earlier, it is kind of a weird hybrid of a Hummer, or like a, H1 Humvee, military Humvee, and a Jeep. Like, pretty much the whole lower half of the vehicle is Jeep, but like this whole section here is very much Humvee coated. It's just a weird military, infantry vehicle with this kind of turret up front or on top. So there he is compared to Hound. And here he is with the Mech Ideas one, which, yeah, it's a cute little Cybertronian military vehicle. Still solid little chunky dude. I need to tighten up the joints on the arms, but yeah, I really dig this. You got the Wrecker logo right there. Forgot to point that out on Carnivac. He does have the Mayhem logo there that we saw last year as well. So yeah, solid set. Let's go ahead and get these guys back into robot mode, and then we'll get into final thoughts. So we'll go ahead and go reverse order. This time we'll start with Carnivac. Go ahead and remove the weapon. Take the tail off. Straighten out the legs. Now, whether you want him to have like the wolf paws for the robot feet or the standard robot feet, it's totally up to you. If you want to differentiate him more from Weirdwolf, again, depends on how you display your Weirdwolf. So we'll just extend those down. Rotate that. There we go. Go ahead and bring foot out, but just for this, we'll keep it as the standard brown robot feet. Open this section up. I'll take Survivor out. Collapse the whole upper torso down. Kind of got to angle this in first. There we go. Close that up. Straighten out the front legs to form the forearms. Rotate the paw back and away. Flip out this panel. Bring out the robot mode hand. Take that away. Flip this up. Robot mode hand out. And yeah, see there, that popped off again. Okay, bring this whole section back. We'll just add Survivor back on there. We'll give Carnivac his weapons. There we go. So now for Ironfist, just remove this whole section here. Whoop. I guess that's annoying. Pop that back on. Let's get these untabbed from here. Untab this back section here. Split that. Bring this whole thing out. Straighten that out. Fold this up to here. Straighten out the toe and flatten out the foot. There we go. Flatten out the foot. Straighten this out. There we go. From here, open up this. Bring down the chest panel. Bring that back. There we go. Fold this up. And then this little tab here will go right into that little slot there. Just like that. Bring that panel back further. Tab the arms in. Go ahead and give him back his blaster. And his shield. I'd love to get this guy with some more weapons because he is a weapons developer, at least in, I believe, in IDW for the Wreckers. I know he was in Animated, kind of a weapons designer and manufacturer. So go ahead and get these guys in for final thoughts. So when it comes to final thoughts here on Ironfist and Carnivac, I honestly think that this is the stronger set of the two released so far. Mostly just because the Hound mold is just solid. I really enjoy pretty much every version of that mold that's come out. And yeah, this one's definitely a solid pick for it. And Carnivac is really cool. I mean, it's nice to have more of these pretenders that have just the inner robot shell. As much as I do enjoy having some of the outer shell featured, I think the inner robots are really cool when they get time to shine. Just like with, was it Bomb Burst from Legacy? Like, that was a fun little figure, as well as, you know, Carnivac here. I know the headmaster gimmick's a little played out, but, I mean, we're getting it with all three releases of these between Top Spin, Slugslinger, and now Carnivac, as well as the 4-pack that's coming out having Horrible. So, headmasters are still going to be a staple as far as the Titans Return molds. I do hope we get some new ones in the future, just newly designed, better articulation, just update them to fit in with the modern design philosophy, I guess, with Transformers. But yeah, this set is just absolutely solid. Like I said, I think I like it a little bit more than the previous one. Spinister was solid. Like, it's great to have Top Spin, but I honestly really like this set, and I've been playing with these figures more than the other set. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Try to keep it short, maybe like 15-20 minutes. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention to how long I was recording, but yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoy this set. I'm kind of looking forward to see how Sandstorm turns out in hand, and of course the Rebirth deco for Slugslinger. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, be sure to check out the rest of my Age of the Primes playlist, as well as Studio Series, and be sure to check out Axelon News. We are going to be doing, for the month of July this year, for 2025, we got 3 episodes planned out. Of course, the end episode is kind of going to be impromptu, the weekend of SDCC. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be going over live reveals, or going over live with the reveals for Transformers through Hasbro. Hoping they do something like they did this past week at the time of this recording with Studio Series, where they show off something in a prototype style. But that's remained to be seen. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next video. So long. Take care.